You've carried so much for so long. And yesterday, maybe we cracked something open in you. Maybe you're ready now. Maybe all the talk that we've had about the sexy excuses, all of the discussions we've had about why you need to clearly, consistently connect with people, maybe all of that came together a little bit yesterday. Or maybe you didn't listen to yesterday yet. And maybe you need to go back and listen to it. You need to understand that mercy that met you in the dark. It's here in the light, helping you shine who you are, to be the person that only you can be, to make the difference that only you can make, to resonate, resound, and speak loudly and proudly into the world and make that difference for that someone that is waiting on you. And today is the day to do that. And today we're going to start moving into helping you really understand the question that's going to change everything. It's going to answer everything. And it's going to make the difference in everything you do. That question, how can I help you today? And that's what I'm here to ask you. That's what I'm here to do for you. And I'm here to help you learn how to be able to do too. Hi, my name's Steve Kidd. I am a third generation minister, international best-selling author of now 39 books. 38 of them are #1 international bestsellers. This one, you get a chance to be a part of helping it become a #1 international bestseller right now, right here, today, this week. It probably won't happen quite today. It'll probably take a day or two for it to make it there. But to get it really, truly done and be that for me, but it's more because of what I want it to do for you. I'm not just bringing out the book and going, hey, I want you to watch the book. I want you to get the book. I want you to somehow, make me something. That's not what it's about at all. I put out the book more than any of the books I've ever written, more than any of the things I've ever done, to really, truly help you, to ask you the question, how can I help you today? Because I want to help you today. Even as I'm inviting a couple of certain specific people to come on the live with us, I am really hoping that you will hear me ask you very clearly, how can I help you today? You see, we've worked with, both myself and my company, we worked with over 5,000 people in that book space, helping them write, publish, market their books to bestseller, and everything that goes beyond that. But that was never what it was about. It was always resounded in that question, how can I help you today? It has to do with the heart and core and spirit of who I am and always have been. And that's that I'm here for you. I want to help you. And yeah, sure, some people jump on that and like, oh, I started writing this book a year ago, all right? And I'll tell you the gut level truth. It came out of me, it poured out of me almost in an instant. The book itself did. I was in a conversation. People think they can call me anytime. I was in a conversation and it went completely sideways. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that conversation here in a minute. Went completely sideways in my brain as to how I felt about that particular conversation. And after that particular conversation, I found myself really at a loss for words as to how we were approaching things in life, and especially in business, and especially in sales, and I've had that background my whole life. And I was just really disgusted with the whole concept of it. And like you said, we'll get into that here in a minute. But I wrote the book. Like you said, it rushed out of me. Most books that I write, I can write in a week or two. There are several books that I've written in just a few days. This book came out in less than 3 or 4 hours, the original version of it. And some of you that have been watching the lives that I do, I did an additional live, not last week, but the week before, and I read you that original version of it. Since that reading, and I'm going to do another live read. Today's my mom's birthday, so I may not live read tonight. No promises. If I do, it'll probably be like 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. We'll see. If not, we'll start into. I'm going to live read you the new version of it. You can go back and you can hear the raw version of it, and you can see some of the places that, in using AI to edit it, it messed it up, and some of those kind of things, and just some of the places where there was a lack of clarity in it, and I really needed to, to really dig down into that. But here's what happened. I wrote that book. I put it out there and I was like, what if we're doing it totally wrong? What if, because you've heard me talk many, many times about the wide conduit, about being a big giver, about giving with no thought of. And that's what this whole book is. It's about what if we gave with absolutely no thought of what was in it for us. We just simply gave because we have the spirit of a giver within us. What would that be like? What would we do? How would we operate? Because and I've explained this one to you before too, and I go into detail in it in the book, the nature of a vacuum. If you output enough, it creates suction that is going to draw things into you. That is a reality. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen instantaneously, because life, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, is going to challenge you. When you decide to put this stake in the ground and you say, absolutely, yes, this is a motto that I too want to run my life and my business on. And when you begin to lead with the question, how can I help you today? And really truly mean it, and really truly give only for the purpose of giving, it's going to change everything. But the world, and I'm an absolute testament of this, because this book, when it came out a year ago, when I wrote it, I should say a year ago, came out of me a year ago, challenged everything in my life. I have been assailed this last year by people who want me to do work for them for free, without thought of anything about me, with even sometimes an utter disregard for caring of my time or having any value or worth in who I am as a person. Because when I invite it out to the universe, I'm going to transform our company into, and we're going to lead with giving first, second, last, 10th, 1/1,000th, always, with no thought of what's in it for us. That also invites the people that are users, and they come. Okay, I'm just giving you the real. I mean, if you're not expecting me to be raw and real with you by this point, this is your first time, and I apologize for you jumping in and not realizing that you got into that. But seriously, and people are going to test you. They're going to be like, "Oh, really? Do you really mean? How can I help you today?" So, and it's funny, I was actually telling a story. One of the people that I just invited to that story was my good friend Judy. And we were on a call, and we were at that point, I was doing some coaching with her. That was before she was working with my company, and before she started doing story development, ghostwriting, whatever you want to, for and with my company. She was just a coaching client of mine. And at the beginning of every call, I would ask her, hey, what do you need today? How can I help you today? And finally, one day, she got up the courage to say to me, what are you after? People don't really do that. What's your angle? It totally stopped me, caught me completely off guard. I mean, it's just so naturally a part of who I am that I didn't even think that it would come off as anything as genuine and kind and caring. But people's life experience and all the things that Judy had been through to that point in her life, it made her absolutely immediately distrust that there had to be some hidden kind of thing in it. And I had to stop and ask myself, why do I ask that question? What is it in it? What is in it? What is in it for me? And I realized very quickly, I wasn't angling after anything. It's such a natural question. I didn't even think to think that I, can't, couldn't, shouldn't, wouldn't just naturally ask that question. And I had to stop and really think, what do I want? Brings me perfectly to the story of what made me write this book. I was in a training call with a sales trainer. um, and he was the basic concept, and I'm not going to name names, but the basic concept was, you want to do what you want to ask how you can help the person. You want to really do, what you can to really help them, and you want to give first, because then, here it comes, because then they will owe you. They will feel obligated to you because you've led with giving. They're going to feel like they owe you something. So that then when you ask them to buy from you, you don't have to high pressure them because you've already led with something that's going to lead them to want to work with you. Oh man, I'm glad that I have a huge computer and that I really love it. Because if not, I probably would have thrown it across the room. If I had been on a laptop, that laptop probably would have been broken. I was so angry because that's not it at all. And that's absolutely horrendous sales training, by the way. Okay. And any sales trainer that's telling you, you want to go in and do the discovery session and find out the real from them so you know what to be able to use as a hook when, at the end, you've missed the complete and total concept of sales. You don't know what you're talking about at all. And if you're leading with giving, and the thought in the back of your mind is, because then I will get. That's not sales either. Yeah, I've been in a lot of sales trainings. I was a sales manager at 19 and had been selling since I was 5 by that point. That's why I became a sales manager. And a lot of sales trainers talk about that whole concept of, doing things so that the law of reciprocity will make them owe you. And it's absolute crap. And I'm here today to, and yeah, I want you to get my book for free, but I want you to get it. And I'm making it free for you today because I want to change your life. Because you need to understand the old saying my dad used to always say, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we'll listen twice as much as we talk. Yeah, Willie, radical generosity. Giving for the reason and the only purpose of giving, not for what's in it for me, not for getting. And that's the basis and the core of what real, true, good selling is. You see somebody has a need and you give them the solution that they need without thought of what's in it for me. If they want to purchase that, you make the offer to them, you make it available, and you create price and terms so that they can. Not so that you can be the winner of this sales contest. Not so that you can scam them or do any of the kind of things for them. You do it for one and only. Did you hear me say one and only? Purpose. That's it. Only the one thing. And it's this: to give with no thought of what's in it for you. Period. And I don't care whether you're, some of you that know me know that I worked for many years. I was always an independent contractor, even though I ran offices for them, wrote the entire telemarketing script for the entire Pacific Northwest division of the Kirby Company. Spent a lot of years, 10 years total off and on across the course of about 20 years of my life. Maybe more than that. Maybe it was actually 30. Anyway, when you're in a house and you're what we call pulling dirt and you're vacuuming their floor and you're doing it, okay? If you come in with I'm doing all of this because I'm going to con these people into buying this vacuum cleaner, you've already lost. I'm not saying that a whole bunch of people don't every single day fall into that con, but it's a con. You are making yourself less than what you can. But if you go in and you're like, man, I'm going to clean this person's house, I'm going to show them this incredible piece of equipment, and I'm going to make a difference in their life. And then at the end of that, because I care about them, I'm going to offer them an opportunity and see if there's a way that I can create another benefit for them. And that's a way for them to be able to get it. And whatever the product, good, service that you're selling is, that should be your one and only complete and total thought. I want to show you. I want to help you. I want to be there for you. And then I want to see if I can create a way to continue helping you. Your coaching program should be totally based in that. You're going live. I'm always talking to you about going live consistently to connect to the heart and soul of a person is why you need to go live. Because yes, it is more blessed to give than to receive. The blessing comes in the giving, not in the getting. Because the getting, if you're not giving, we talked about that wide conduit. If you don't have as much outflow as you can have coming in, you're going to create a bottleneck. And it's going to stop coming in because it can't go out quick enough. You've got to create the outflow before you can have the input. And as soon as I put this out into the world, before I ever even put it out in the world, as soon as I wrote it down on paper and put the line in the sand and told the people in my company, this is absolutely the line in the sand we're drawing. We are a giving company. We give first, second, third, last, always, period. We're in the business of radical generosity. That isn't saying that, after I've talked to somebody, if I have what they need, I'm not going to say, hey, if there's a way that we can make this affordable to you, is this something you want? That's me in a spirit of a giver asking them, can I continue helping you? When I invite you to join the group that's a free group, it's not some kind of scam so that I can then lead you in a sales pipeline so that you'll spend thousands and thousands of dollars. It's just another way of me asking, how can I help you today? Willie and I have a book. It's called Magnetized Media. We have ads running for Magnetized Media. And the bonus that we give with the book is $100. You pay $14.97. You can get the ebook and the digital and the print version of the book, and a $100 bonus worksheet that we made that goes right along with the book. For that $14.97. And the book itself should be $1,000 course. We have some basic costs of the ads, really. And it's the only reason why, we put a price on that. And that's going to lead to more and more and more. And, the stuff that Willie and I are talking about, Patricia and I are talking about, the memberships, the circles, the things that we're talking about creating and the stuff that we do in the world, we do it to make your life better. Patricia's an absolute expert at coming in and seeing the breaks in your system and creating new systems and strategies it almost feels like in an instant. It might be 15 minutes, but in an instant, see those things and say, if you do X, Y, Z, you're going to have better results. And we create these kind of things on purpose, just for the purpose of we believe in giving. Absolutely, Willie. We know that true abundance is based in how much you can give, not in how much you can get. In the book, and I feel like I'm going to give away the whole book, but I read the whole book out loud to you, so you can go back and listen to it anyway. I talk about the concept of the dragon. I'll admit to you, I have a dragon in me, okay? That dragon is that desire to collect everything that you've got and just lay on it. You get a big check and all you really want to do is just put it in the bank and not pay any of your bills, not do anything with it, just have big money in the account. And it does absolutely no good. It does no good for you, it does no good for the people that you're helping. But the dragon doesn't see it that way. The dragon just lays on top of its gold hoard, killing anybody that comes near it. And it's pillaged and plundered people and killed people, and done anything it's needed to amass more gold so that it can lay on top of the gold. And at the end of its life, all of its gold's gonna be gone. It's gonna be stolen, taken away, and its entire existence of protecting its gold will have been absolutely for nothing. And there won't be anybody there mourning them, celebrating the life that it lived, talking about how blessed they were. A giver is the person who does bring in massive, more gold than the dragon could ever imagine in his wildest dragony dreams of gold. But that money flows through them. It's that wide open, wide conduit that just allows it to flow in, go through, flow out. And yeah, that's why you live an abundant life. If you want to know why you don't have abundance in your life, look at the output, not the income. This whole entire last year, when I put this out, and I've teased this a couple of times, but let's go right into this. It's been a rough year. I mean, I've literally made less money this year than I typically make in a month. I'm not confessing that, or proclaiming that to continue to be. That's just the reality of it. Because when I said I'm going to live a life of radical generosity, and I'm going to lead with the question, how can I help you today? God said, okay, prove it, do it. Don't just say it. Don't just do it and then be upset at the people who are scamming somebody because they're doing it to try to get something out of people. They're doing it because they want massive income. So they're being great big giant giver so they can create the suction of giant money to come into them. Because when the money gets inside of them, they're just going to drag it on top of it. See, that's why I just admitted that I have a lot of that dragon in me, that God's had to burn out of me this last year, so that I can make lists of all the things that I want to do as the money comes in. And it's all about people. It's all about helping. It's all about how quick and how much and where can I give and what can I do. I got a message from a guy just yesterday, it might have been day before yesterday now that I think about it, that lives in the country of Gambia. He was talking about how bad things are in the country of Gambia. And I'm pretty sure that, the sob story probably may not even be, it may have been, one of those spams that we all get. I don't know. It's not my place to judge. I don't really care. The truth behind giving is that when you learn to give and live in an area of abundance, and you learn to lead with the phrase, how can I help you today? When you drop the word help, because you need help learning how to lead with how can I help you today? When you get the book, How Can I Help You Today? Let me just even drop the link for it in case you didn't see it in the description. When you just focus on that, then even if the person is a total scam, it doesn't matter, because it's about your heart. When you have an open, giving heart, when your heart is the wide conduit, it allows things to flow through. Money is just a very, very tiny piece of that. Because the grace and the peace and the love and the friendship and the true connection that you make with people. I mean, you're seeing Willie J and Patricia both talk to one another as well as comment. And I'm trying to stay caught up with them, but I'm also just really focused on you as you're listening, live or on the replay. And that connection that just started here, even though I know Patricia really well, I know Willie J really well, there's some stuff that's happening behind the scenes that's a really cool synergy, something that we absolutely want you to be a part of. And it starts from that concept. Yeah, that old saying, a rising tide raises all ships. If money comes into you and you are part of a network, then all of you get better. If expertise comes into you and all of you are a network, all of you get better. You see, I was actually talking to somebody today about social media. It's the wonderful lady, Jamie, runs my LinkedIn stuff. And absolutely, if you need somebody to work on your LinkedIn marketing, Jamie is totally the it person to go to. And we were talking about, and I was like, here's the disconnect that we created in social media. And it's a bunch of people that spend all day long being social without doing anything. You see, I love social media. Don't get me wrong. I'm on 3 social medias right now while we're live. Okay, I absolutely love it. And I'm going to repurpose a bunch of this. I absolutely love social media. But it's based in how much can you give. We used to use the old phrase, you need to give 9 times for each one time you ask for something. I really honestly think that number's gone closer to 99 now. You need to give about 99 times before you ask for something. Because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. But more importantly, social media connection is about you truly showing up and being there. But the disconnect is, if you're the CEO of a Fortune 50 company, how much time does the CEO of Amazon have to spend doing one-on-one social media connections? You see, a real giver is going to create systems to be able to reach more people than they possibly could. The real giver is the content. They're the creator who comes on, like I'm doing here for you now. They write the book. They give the talk. They have the course. They, in the case of Willie J, they write the song. And they share it with the world. And they have a team of people that reach out and meet the needs of the people. Because you need to maximize yourself. You need to multiply yourself. You need to take your one message, your clear, consistent connection that you do every day, that we've been talking about for a month and a half now. And you need to find a way to multiply that. How can you help other people also share? Statistically speaking, over 80% of the people in the world, well, in fact, if you go with Amazon statistics, 90% of the people that are on your social media are lurkers. That means they don't even hit the smiley or the heart or the thumbs up. Depends on the social media. They just see it, they read it, they do nothing with it. Okay, of the remaining 10%, 9% of that 10%, all they ever do is just hit the like button. Like, or heart. No comments whatsoever. 1% are the people that are creators, that are adding genuine value. Now, in that 9% is also the people that are like, hey, great post, or wow, I really love what you do. All those kind of things that, you can train a bot program to just go and just say that to everybody that posts. 1% are the ones that are creative. And so if you're a creative, you need to multiply yourself, because there's 99% of the world that needs you to be the creative to create the thing. Do you see now how? Do you see how I can help you today? How can I help you today comes in so strongly, because you take that brilliant, beautiful, creative mind of yours and you create something and you empower somebody. You're not the dragon on your hoard. You're the giver. You say, how can I help you today? Well, I don't really know what to post. Hey, what kind of things are you into? Hey, how about this? feel free to share this post. Here's how you can go live. That's why I'm always telling you, you pick up your phone. You can do this. Even if you're in the 90% and not in the 1%, you can do this. Hi, my name is, what I do is, and what I'd really like to tell you today is. Those three things. My name is, what I do is, and what I'd really like to tell you today is. And then just go for it. 5 seconds, 5 hours. I don't care. In the 99%, you can do that. And if you're the 1%er, you're going to come on today after you get the book, How Can I Help You Today, which is free on the link that I posted and is also in the description. You're going to come on and you're going to say, hey, my name is, what I do is, and all I really want to know is, how can I help you today? You want to know how to up-level your business. You want to know where your clients are. You want to know what you can really do. Lead with that one and only question. How can I help you today? Period. Not how can I help you so you can do something for me. Not how can I help you if you pay me. None of those kind of things. And yeah, sure, the challenge will come and then you'll have to go through it. You probably won't have to go through what I went through because I led that charge for you. I took those bullets for you because that's what a leader does. You lead people, you manage things. I charged up that hill, took the assault of what this last year is on purpose, intentionally, with intention, because I know how powerful you are. And I know if I can say to you, how can I help you? You can whisper to somebody else, how can I help you? Say it scared, say it terrified. But you remember that mercy we were talking about yesterday? That mercy that met you in the dark? You're here to bring that same mercy to the next person on the road. Our light, I love that you put the word beacons in, Patricia. Because a beacon, in fact, I'll even tell you a story. Some of you have seen the movies, the Lord of the Rings series. At the end of the Lord of the Rings series, in Return of the King, and they describe it so much more wonderfully in the book, but they showed it, okay? There's the signal fires, all right? And they light the one fire that's in Minas Tirith, and then the furthest away mountain, as far as they possibly could see that beacon fire, there's another fire, and they light it. And that lights to the furthest mountain peak, and they light a fire there, and so on and so on. And it's designed to show the people way up in Rohan that there's help needed. And it's designed for everybody in all of Middle Earth to see the signal and to join in because the enemy is attacking. As beacons, that's what we do. And as a beacon, you light your fire. That's what being clear, consistent, to connect with the person is all about. You're being the beacon to take the thing that you've learned, all the stuff you've come through, and shine a light back for the people. You take the light of the person that was in front of you that showed you a path of safety through the dark, and you turn on your signal fire so that you can make the person that's behind you, their path easier. You stumbled in darkness through it. You get to be the light that helps them see the clear path. And it all starts from the question that will change everything. It'll flip that same old script of what's in it for me. You know, that old WWIFM or WIIFM, to something so much more powerful that it's going to change the world. How can I help you today? Yes, you pack it up in a way that emphasizes and works with what your uniqueness is. You do what you've always done, It just adds to it. And it makes it even more powerful. It's not to get even. It's not to get over. It's not to beat somebody. You already are the absolute victor, the king, the doctor. On Saturday, we gave you the doctorate of you. If you need a certificate, I'll still give you a certificate to name you Dr. You. You're the absolute expert at being you. You have no competition. Nobody could ever possibly be you. You're the only one that can. And you're the only one that's going to. And it all starts from that one question. How can I help you today? I'm going to drop the link again. I don't usually drop the link twice, but I'm going to drop the link again so that you can go right now to Amazon. Get the book for free. Ask just one person today, how can I help you today? And if you need help getting clear, if there's anything, because I'm asking you this question, how can I help you today? If there's anything I can do to help, even if you can't say it out loud, even if you don't know what it is, just drop the word help. HELP. Put it in comments, direct message me. Send me an email, askstevekid@gmail.com. Help! I'm here for you. Okay? We've got this. We're going to do it. We're going to change the world. This is the question that's going to make all the difference. The difference that only you can make to a helpless, hurting, dying world. To bring that mercy we talked about yesterday, to bring it forward to somebody else that needs the mercy that you were given. Let's do it. And let me know, how can I help you today? Thanks for being here. I look forward to us being together again next time. Bye.